In 1982, the blind Bulgarian ruler Vanga said, 2 days before Women's Day, the heavens open. A woman who properly sheds the winter weight during these hours will look 10 years younger overnight. Today we know how this mechanism works from a biological point of view. Today is April 6th, exactly 48 hours until April 8th. Over the next few minutes, based on bioenergetics and neurobiology, I will tell you. First, why exactly these 48 hours physically decide how you will feel for the whole next year and how to turn it on cellular renewal. Second, what's the one unnoticed habit that's blocking your feminine energy right now? Ages your face. You will remove it today. Third, Vanga's secret algorithm, Spring Reset. One simple action with water tonight to kickstart your absolute health program. Let's get started. Early spring 1985. A woman comes to visit Vanga in Petrich. She's 58, but looks 70. Her gaze is dull, gray skin, hunched back and total, hopeless weariness of life. She complains of her joints and asks herbal tea for old age. Vanga looks at her and suddenly starts laughing. What old age? Old age doesn't exist. There's only frozen resentment towards life and forgotten joy. Tomorrow is your Women's Day. Go home, pour out the old water from the jug, pour in new, look at the sky and say just 3 words. Your body will remember how to be young. The woman didn't believe it, but she followed the instructions. A month later, her neighbors on the street stopped recognizing her. Her back straightened, and her chronic pain, and that same incredible, attractive sparkle appeared in the eyes, which only happens in youth. I'll tell you how to activate this same biological mechanism right now. Let's put aside the mysticism and look at the miracle of spring awakening through the prism of strict science. Why did Vanga attach what is the colossal significance of these 2 days before April 8th? In chronobiology, the science that studies biorhythms living organisms, there is the concept of circadian and circannual annual rhythms. In winter, your body, your entire endocrine the system was in a strict energy-saving mode. Metabolism was slow, and cells were extremely reluctant to renew themselves. Melatonin levels were off the charts, due to a lack of sun, causing that winter drowsiness and apathy. But at the beginning of April, the Earth's axis changes its tilt to the sun, the spectrum of light radiation changes, and your brain, in particular the hypothalamus and pineal gland, instantly reads this electromagnetic signal. Right now, on April 6th and 7th, your body is at its biological starting point. It's ready to shed old, diseased cells and begin a powerful transformation. Synthesis of new ones. It awaits only one thing from you, the final command to launch. Women over 55 have the most sensitive hormonal systems. You're 1,000 times more in sync with your natural cycles than younger women. Your feminine energy hasn't disappeared over the years. It's simply gone dormant. And these 48 hours are your golden corridor. If you continue to frown during these 2 days, complain about a small pension, criticize prices in stores and wait for illness, you give your brain the command, spring cancelled. We continue to age. But if you artificially alter your biochemistry through willpower during these 48 hours, your body makes a quantum leap. The production of collagen, the protein of youth, increases, blood vessels become elastic, and immunity soars. Heaven! You don't have to wait for your kids to give you flowers on April 8th to feel happy. You should start the chemistry of joy right now before the holiday, because the anticipation of a miracle produces 3 times more dopamine in your blood, the hormone of motivation and energy, than the miracle itself. What exactly is blocking your youth right now? What is aging you more than the numbers in your passport? Go to the mirror and relax your face. What do you see? You don't see wrinkles. Wrinkles are simply traces of your smile or your thoughts. They are beautiful. You see the so-called gray veil, what Vanga was talking about. From the point of view of neurobiology and anatomy, your face contains dozens of small facial muscles. These muscles are directly physically connected to your emotional center in the brain, the amygdala. Every time you worry about your children, every time you skimp on yourself, every time you feel guilty or burdened with a giant burden responsibility, your facial muscles spasm microscopically. 4 years, you've been wearing a mask on your face for decades. Your lips are downturned, your jaw is tense, your eyes are clenched. Eyebrows. This permanent muscle spasm constricts the finest blood capillaries on your face and neck. Result: the skin does not receive oxygen. The face takes on a sallow, tired hue. Neck spasms disrupt blood flow to the brain, causing morning headaches, tinnitus, and blood pressure surges. You smear your face with expensive creams, you take blood pressure pills, but it doesn't work, because the first reason is the iron, spasmodic mask of victimhood that you forgot to remove. Valery Kustov, studying the human biofield, he proved, a woman who carries the energy of gravity pushes good luck away from herself. The universe looks at you and thinks, she's so tense, she's carrying such a burden, she's not up to joy or miracles right now. We will disturb her. In anticipation of April 8th, you are obliged to physically destroy this neural connection. You are obliged to reset this mask. Practical application. Method of shedding the gray veil. Right today, April 6th, you have clear biomechanical instructions. Sit up straight, close your eyes. Squeeze them as hard as you can, purse your lips, tense your jaws and your entire neck. Hold this colossal tension for exactly 5 seconds, and then suddenly, with a noisy exhale through your mouth and completely relax your entire face. Open your eyes, open your mouth slightly so that your jaw drops. Place your warm palms on your cheeks and say out loud, very soft and with great love for myself, I remove the mask of fatigue. I take off the mask of debt. I owe nothing to anyone. I take back my face. I let spring and youth into myself. You will physically feel how hot it runs across your face, cheeks and neck. A wave. These are capillaries that have been pinched for years, finally opening up. Blood rushes to your skin and to your brain. You will instantly feel clarity in your head. If you do this simple tension and relaxation twice a day, today and tomorrow, then by the morning of April 8th you will wake up with a completely different face, with the face of a rested person, a radiant, magnificent woman. We have relieved the spasm from your physical body. Now we must prepare your space to embrace the new, powerful spring energy. Vanga never advised complex magical rituals. She worked with pure elements. She said, a woman's home is her second skin. If the skin is dirty, the body cannot breathe. Before putting on your spring dress, you need to wash off the winter dust. Take a look around. Over the long winter, your apartment has accumulated a colossal amount of stagnant, heavy static energy. You spent a lot of time at home, the heaters were on, the windows were closed, you were discussing problems on the phone, you were sighing over the utility bills. All this information, a heaviness has settled on your windows, mirrors, and floors. You can't enter the April 8th holiday with this stagnant aura. The new energy of health and money that is now pouring onto the earth simply will not be able to break through this invisible sticky web of winter fatigue. Application. Emergency bioenergetic cleansing. You have 48 hours. Today, April 6th, or tomorrow. On the 7th, you do a physical cleansing of your place of power. The rule of 3 things. You open your closets and with a merciless, cold mind find exactly 3 things that you associate with winter illnesses, depression, or poverty. It could be an old worn-out blanket, a mug with a chipped handle from when you used to take pills, or a stretched-out sweater. You immediately throw these 3 things in the trash. You create a vacuum for new energy. Opening the vents. You approach all the windows in your apartment. Winter is over. You open the vents for at least 10 minutes to create a draft. A draft physically blows out stagnant positive air ions and fills the house with fresh, active, negatively charged prana, vital energy. Mirror reset. Mirrors are information storage devices. All winter, you've been looking in the bathroom or hallway mirror with fatigue and anxiety. The mirror has memorized this program and is now broadcasting it back to you. Take a damp, clean cloth and wipe the large mirror in your house, and while you are dusting it, say aloud a clear phrase to the programmer, I erase the winter sadness, I open the window to spring. Whoever looks into this mirror will find health and youth. That's it, you've deleted the old file. You've prepared the perfect, clean vessel for your home. Now your body is relaxed, your space is ringing with purity. You are at the point of absolute readiness, but the most important thing is ahead, the most intimate action in the ong with water, which must be performed in the evening on the eve of April 8th. The very same algorithm of cellular rejuvenation that will rewrite your biological program and force your body to operate at the frequency of ideal health. Here's how to charge this water, We'll discuss in detail right now in the second and final part of this article what 3 secret words you need to pronounce and how to properly program your morning on the holiday itself. Bright instructions. We have removed the gray veil from your face. We have cleared your home of stagnant dead energy. Your body relaxed, and the space is prepared. Now we must initiate the process of total regeneration. And this must be done with the most powerful, the most perfect information carrier on planet Earth using pure water. The blind Bulgarian ruler Vanga always said, "Water remembers everything." Water hears your thoughts. If you drink water with tears and resentment, you are drinking poison. If you drink water with joy, you drink the living blood of the earth, which erases old age. Decades later, quantum physics and biology have fully confirmed her words. Today, science has proven that water has a cluster structure. Molecules' waters are arranged into complex geometric patterns under the influence of electromagnetic waves emitted by the human brain. Your words, your thoughts, your emotions physically change the structure of that water at the molecular level, which you drink. Now remember the most important medical fact about aging. Why does the body decline? Why does skin wrinkle and joints begin to creak and ache? Gerontologists around the world have a clear answer. Aging is a process of cellular dehydration. When you're young, your cells are 80% saturated with water. After 55 years, this figure drops. The cells literally shrivel up. But the problem isn't that you're not drinking enough fluids. The problem is what information this liquid carries. If you drink tea or water while watching disturbing news on TV or thinking about by drinking water, you're infusing your cells with structured fear. This water doesn't nourish the body. It destroys it from the inside. In these unique 48 hours before April 8th, feminine creative energy is capable of performing real miracles with matter. You are capable of doing it yourself. Create the elixir of youth with your own hands. Tomorrow evening, April 7th, on the eve of Women's Day, you must complete the spring reset algorithm. It will take you exactly 2 minutes, but your body will feel the effects of this action for the entire next year. You have clear step-by-step instructions, so don't get anything mixed up. Preparing the vessel. April 7th, when it's already dark outside, just before bed, you go to the kitchen. You take a clean, completely transparent glass. There shouldn't be any patterns on it, inscriptions or edges. Clean glass. You pour clean, unboiled water into it, cool drinking water. Heat transfer. You take this glass with both hands. The glass should physically warmed by your palms. You close your eyes and imagine how from the center of your chest, from your heart, a bright, warm, golden light. You charge it with your feminine power. Programming. You lean down to the water itself. Your voice should cause micro-vibrations on the surface of the liquid. And you pronounce out loud, very confidently, very tenderly, with a slight smile on your lips, the ancient update code. Say these words. Water clean, living water. It washes away the winter heaviness. My cells are filled with moisture. My youth is returning to me. My face is shining with light. My body knows no pain. I'm ready for spring. I'm ready for happiness. So be it. Double action. You have spoken the code. The water is structured. Now you slowly, with pleasure, take exactly 3 sips. You will physically feel how this delicious, soft, the charged water descends into your stomach and is instantly absorbed into the blood, sending a command to your cells to rejuvenate. You don't drink the remaining half of the water in the glass. You pour it into your palms and wash your face. And don't wipe it off with a towel. Let that charged moisture dry on your skin. You'll go to bed. And while you're at it, sleep, your body will undergo total cellular regeneration. Your nervous system will completely relax, and the most powerful processes of collagen and elastin restoration. And then the morning of April 8th arrives. This day is your exam self-love. Your morning routine will determine your hormonal balance for the month and beyond. How did you wake up before? You opened your eyes and immediately jumped out of bed. I need to run to the kitchen to cut salads, peeling vegetables, preparing for guests or children. You started your women's holiday with a rush, a surge of cortisol, and a terrible pain in your lower back. This year, we're breaking that pattern once and for all. When you wake up on the morning of April 8th, you must obey the cardinal rule of neuroscience. Morning wake-up practice. You open your eyes and don't move, you lie on your back. At this point, your brain is in the alpha state. It's at its most receptive. And before you even think about business, before you even remember your problems, you make one physical effort. You smile. Just stretch your lips into a wide, sincere smile, even if you don't feel like it yet. You know what happens in this wait a second? Your facial muscles send a signal to the hypothalamus. The brain reads it, the owner smiles, which means we were safe, which means we're fine. And instead of the morning stress hormone, a shockwave is instantly released into your bloodstream. A healing dose of endorphins and serotonin. Lying with this smile, you, sweetly like a cat, stretch your whole body and say out loud, "Good morning, my queen. Today is my day, and I accept miracles." That's it. You will get out of bed with such incredible ease. It'll be like you're 25 again. Your joints will be flexible, your head will be clear, and your eyes will sparkle with that same magic of feminine light that drives you crazy at any age. You will leave your bedroom not as a tired housekeeper, but as a true master of your destiny. And last but not least, the rule for April 8th. What you need to know to avoid ruining your rejuvenation and blocking your luck. The day will come when your children will come to you, your grandchildren, your husband, or just your girlfriends. They will give you flowers, they will give you gifts. What do the vast majority of women of the Soviet era do? They give you a beautiful bouquet, and you throw up your hands and say, "Oh, why did you spend so much? I don't need anything. Why are tulips so expensive? It would have been better to buy some fruit for the children." Stop. You don't even understand what you're doing at this moment on the neurobiological and energetic level. When children buy you a gift, the dopamine loop of anticipation is activated in their brain. They want to see your joy. They want to feel strong and generous, and you instantly cut them off with your phrase, "Why did you spend so much?" Dopamine. You devalue their love. You make them feel guilty for that they wanted to please you. From a bioenergetic perspective, you're cutting off their financial flow right now. You're sending a universal signal. My children don't need to be given a lot of money, because they spend them on me, and I don't deserve it. The practice of accepting energy. From this April 8th, there's an absolute, strict prohibition on false modesty. When someone hands you flowers, a gift, or money, you do three things. Straighten your back, look the person straight in the eyes with a huge shining smile, take the gift and say loudly, with dignity, "Thank you, my dears. How beautiful. I accept this gift with great joy. I am worthy. The very best. And may your wealth only increase." That's it. You've embraced the energy of abundance. You've closed the circle. Love. You have become a magnet of good luck for your children, not a burden. Your children will look at you at this moment and see a young, a beautiful, confident woman. They will be proud of you. Here's your plan for these 48 hours. We've lifted the gray veil from your face. We've prepared the apartment. We've learned the spring water reset algorithm and learned how to properly accept gifts. There is no mysticism in this. It is the pure physiology of your body, the neuroplasticity of your brain, and the laws of bioenergetics that Vanga spoke about. If you're having doubts right now, that's perfectly normal. Your brain is used to living in fatigue, but just do it. Perform this ritual with water on April 7th and smile on the morning of the 8th. If you don't feel a surge of colossal energy, I'll be guilty. But if you look in the mirror and see that same girl with glowing eyes, you'll know how to manage your youth from now on. If this guide was helpful, and you're ready for a transformation, please drop a line in the comments. Under this video right now, write the name of your city and one short phrase, "I let in spring and youth." Example, Kazan. I let in spring and youth. I personally read every comment. Your physical action in this text is your electronic signature on the health contract. This will connect you energetically with tens of thousands of other beautiful women on our Point Taken channel. Do you need a subscription? If you want to continue receiving scientifically proven, water-free, and proven rejuvenation and energy practices, fairy tales, yes, click the subscribe button and turn on the bell. If not, no need, I won't be offended. Happy New Year! April, my dear, wise, incredibly beautiful queens. Bring back your spring. See you on the Point Taken channel.